Nestled at the base of the Rocky Mountains, Colorado Springs is home to the U.S. Olympic Training Center. Every year, the top Scholastic Clay Target Program teams and individuals from each state are invited to compete at the Junior Olympic National Championships and to attend the Junior Olympic Development Camp. The training facility for shotguns is located on nearby Fort Carson, a short 20-minute drive away. Competition at this event is by invitation only.
All these shooters here have qualified through their state qualifying shoot, their state USA shooting match, where they either shot a minimum qualification score or were the top high individual male, female, or SCTP team at their state shoot. Here now we have several people representing Arizona. For trap, which is the first half, we have a team from the Red Mountain Club called the Red Mountain Target Terminators, a full team of 3 varsity shooters. We also have an individual from Fort Huachuca, and then we will have additional shooters at the end of the week for the skeet competition from Ben Avery and also from Fort Huachuca.
Go ahead and give me your arms. There you go.
The first step to the Olympic Development Camp is to participate in your local Scholastic Clay Target Program.
You can join SCTP in Arizona several different ways. We have over 16 clubs throughout the state right now. If you contact your local sportsman's club or shooting facility, they probably have a club there. Each club is run by a group of volunteers. The lead instructor is the coordinator for each of the clubs, and if you contact the lead instructor for your club, they will let you know when registration is, when practices are, and how to get involved with your program.
And don't worry about being a novice shooter.
If you have never shot before, we welcome you. All of our coaches are volunteers. They have all been certified through the Game and Fish Department as shotgun coaches, and they can teach anywhere from complete novice shooters to experienced shooters.
As far as equipment goes, the Game and Fish Department provides loaner firearms and safety equipment to each club across the state. They also provide funding for new shooters.
Once you get involved in the Scholastic Clay Target Program, you can be as serious about it as you want. We have minor competitions, which are fun shoots. We hold 3 of those every year. Then the competition escalates to a state shoot level. State shoots are team competitions. By shooting your state shoot with a team, you qualify to attend the national competitions. We've been very successful in the past, bringing home multiple trophies from these competitions, including national championships.
The Junior Olympics is a new program created by a partnership between the National Shooting Sports Foundation, the Scholastic Clay Target Program, and USA Shooting.
The National Shooting Sports Foundation is the trade association for the firearms industry, and we're geared towards providing programs and services that meet the needs of our members, as well as providing trusted leadership in addressing the industry challenges which we face every day. One of the major challenges that we are faced with is youth participation and needing to expand and get more youth involved in the shooting sports. And that's why the National Shooting Sports Foundation, in partnership with the ATA, NSSA, NSCA, and USA Shooting, decided to form a program that was team-based to get more youth involved in the shooting sports of skeet, trap, sporting clays, and the international disciplines of trap and international skeet. Nationwide, this year we had close to 9,500 athletes participating in Scholastic Clay Target Program over spanning 44 states. We have participants in the elementary grades up through high school.
There are actually several people from Arizona who have made the Junior Olympic team, including shooters out of Tucson, Emily Blount, and then Jimmy Gibson as well.
Once at the camp, shooters are housed in the athlete dormitories and fed in the athlete cafeteria alongside scores of other Olympic hopefuls. While that's an exciting adventure, they're here to learn. And who best to teach them than Lloyd Woodhouse, Olympic shooting sports coach for shotgun. We took the opportunity to ask Coach Woodhouse what was the single thing he finds lacking in most shooters.
That's probably the easiest question I'll ever answer. Is they're not prepared to see the target when it leaves the trap house. If you're into your game properly, you should know exactly the moment you are ready for target acquisition. That's visual target acquisition, seeing the target as it leaves the house. And the vast majority of the young people and older shooters have not a clue how to do that.
What about stance?
In reference to body stance, foot position stance, that kind of thing, it's recommended where you change your center of gravity from an upright position to just a little bit forward, bending your knees just a slight amount so they're not in the locked position. And we move forward, move the center of gravity in the upper body forward, simply to absorb the recoil of the first shot so you're on target for the second shot. When people stand upright and lock their knees, they're not ready to absorb that first shot, and the recoil knocks them back. So they're not in a good position for the second shot should they need that second shot due to a miss with the first shot.
What does a person need to be a good shooter?
There are three things that you need to be a really outstanding shooter. People laugh at me when I tell them the first thing is motivation. And they say, motivation? What do you mean? Well, you got to have that burning down in your tummy, down in your belly to achieve success. It's the same thing to achieve success in any endeavor. You have to have it, you have to want it, you want to get it, and you have to be willing to give up other things in order to achieve that success. But number one is motivation. And number two is family support, financial encouragement, support they might get from their local club, support they might get from USA Shooting. But the biggest thing is family support, encouragement from the family. And then the last thing is certainly not necessary, but you can get there quicker, is really good hand-eye coordination. One of my best shooters of all times does not have really good hand-eye coordination. Got an opposite dominant eye, which is a huge problem. But he has more motivation than anybody else and works at it harder.
Any final comments for shooters?
Well, you know, this is an easy game. We make it hard. If you come along and do fundamentals, and there's about 4 or 5 fundamentals that you have to do over and over, then this is not a tough game. People think they arrive, and once they arrive, they don't have to do the fundamentals. And that's a big mistake. The game that we play, trap, skeet, and double trap, a clay target game, is a game of repetition. That means you do the same thing over and over if you want to break 100 straight, which is the same thing over and over.
We now currently have 3 former SCTP participants that now are on the USA team. One of which, Vincent Hancock, is the world record holder in international skeet. Corey Cogdell from Alaska is shooting trap, and she actually was introduced to bunker trap at one of our first years of Junior Olympic Development Camp. So now we actually have these faces that came out of SCTP and have climbed up through the woodworks and now are at the top level, and could potentially be the faces that we see at the Olympics next year that are representing our country.